Thanks very much. So, kind of when I was asked if I wanted to do a TED talk, I just thought, well, what am I going to talk about? Because pretty much my thing is I am quite visual. So I went through my head and thought I could get up and just do a load of motivational quotes, maybe act out a bit of Rocky, that sort of thing. So I'm going to try and talk about being visual. So it won't be educational, might not be interesting, but it's definitely going to be a talk. So I have a jacket on, obviously, and first impressions are pretty much what people are going to judge you on. Everyone will have something to say about the second that you walk into a room, what you look like. So choosing to be covered up is a way of people kind of stripping back the sort of person that you are. Now, Kelly Bakewell is unfortunately not my real name. I am very much like Batman. I've got myself a nice little secret identity that is not so secret, because I do feel the need to have a separation between my public persona and myself, because people will always judge you, as I say, based on what you look like. I'm going to do like a grand reveal now. This is all that's coming off, so don't get too excited. And I am pretty heavily tattooed, and I have blue hair. So I've got pretty much this whole arm covered, this whole arm covered, both legs done, stomach done, and I'm just going on to having my back done. Now, technically, that shouldn't really make a difference to how people see me, but it does. And obviously didn't start off like this. This is not my natural hair colour. It has changed slightly. When I was at school, I had specs, I had braces. I'm very, very pale, very long dark hair. My nickname was Morticia. So I was called Goth, even though I'm not particularly goth, because again, people will make assumptions based on what you look like. It took me quite a long time to just kind of accept that and go, do you know what? It's cool, I'm just going to be me. And it's not even particularly, I don't think, a courage that you need to be you. It's I can't actually imagine anything worse than not being me. The fear of not being me is more than my fear of what other people might say when they see me. So I just kind of went all into it. I've always liked the vintage look, and I liked the idea of being able to mix vintage and modern. I've always been fascinated with that and how it kind of goes into, like, kind of mixes in with each other. This is all just wrapping. It doesn't take me that much like time to do my hair. I don't spend hours every morning kind of preening, that sort of thing. These are my clothes that I wear. They're the clothes that I own. They're the clothes that are in my wardrobe. I live and I breathe this. It's the only way I know how to be. It's the only way I know how to dress. I don't own jeans. They're just not in my wardrobe. I will go out shopping like this. I'll go to Tesco's like this. And I think one of the main things about just coming out and being yourself, whether it is actually you're coming out with your sexuality or you're coming out with who you are inside, and being like this inside is just as big a coming out as anything else. It's how you want to be and how the world is going to perceive you, and that doesn't really matter. And I think the whole thing with why I got so interested in pinup and why I chose to go through that route is that it's such a celebration of bodies, and the whole thing with burlesque, it's everybody can join in and everyone just appreciates the female form. On media at the moment, there's all of this, or real women have curves, or real women work out, and I do both of those things. I work out, I'm training to be a personal trainer because I want to kind of give more women the idea that they can do weightlifting and not look like a man, because there's that, again, preconception where people think, if I lift weights, I'm going to look like a man. I don't think I particularly look much like a man. Maybe if I flex, might scare a few people, but you know, I'm not going to get the guns out right now, just in case. But I think the feedback that I got when I started telling people about becoming a personal trainer, especially from women who, that's pretty much my main audience, is that they were scared to go into the weight area because they were scared they were going to do something wrong. They were scared that people were going to laugh at them. I can tell you right now, as someone that pulls many faces in the weight area, that no one's looking at you. They're doing their own thing. And if they are looking at you and they are laughing at what you're doing, it says more about them that they can't be bothered to get up and give you a hand and show you the right way to do it. So I think it's that, I guess for some people it does take courage if they've not had that breakthrough moment, with obviously tying that into the TED Talk, of that breakthrough moment when you just go, do you know what, it's all right to be me, because there's only you that can do you. And there isn't anyone else like you. But there will be people similar to you. They might not be in your town. I come from the northeast, quite a small town, not London. Whenever I go back, my dad says, oh, Lady Gaga's here. And I will walk through Stockton High Street and I will get stared at and I will get pointed at. But that doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. Generally, the feedback that I get is very positive. Older ladies, older men, children, my social media especially, a lot of the messages that I get on there are from parents where they've got children. I had braces and I put up pictures of me having my braces, and I got a lot of kind of feedback from parents just saying, oh, I showed my daughter your pictures and you were proud of having your braces, and now she's like, oh, well, I'm really excited because this person's got their braces. And that's what I mean about having a social media responsibility as well. Like, on Instagram, I've got about 11,000 followers at the moment. And I feel like I have a responsibility to those people to show them that they can just be who they want to be by being who I want to be. I don't feel like I have to apologise for the fact that I dress a certain way, I act a certain way. The only thing I guess that I am careful about doing on social media is there won't be pictures of me falling out of taxis. I'm not to say that hasn't happened on the odd occasion, and I haven't fell out of a taxi, I was pushed. So that doesn't really count. But I do have, especially with getting, I understand this whole meld between the social world now that we're kind of living in, but we still do have person-to-person contact. And I get people stop me in the street and they want to touch my arms because of the tattoos. They want to touch my hair because it's a different colour. They want to chat to me. And as someone who went through school being one of those people that didn't really stand out, to then kind of creating this persona because this is who I really am inside, I just choose to now wear it outwardly. It's a big change, and the change for me was just, people don't even ask if they can touch you. You'll just be walking along and someone will be like, oh, and I don't wake up every morning and go, oh my God, I've got loads of tattoos. So I forget and I just freak out because someone's grabbing me. And then you have to step back and think, it's fine, it's just because you look different. And it's different for them, and you've got to kind of look at it from their point of view that you are putting yourself out there and you are looking very different. So, I don't know, it's as big a step for yourself being who you want to be and being able to handle the attention that you're going to get from that. And then trying to mix the social world with the media. So on Instagram, people start recognising me, especially in places like Edinburgh. So I'll be wandering about and someone will want to have their picture taken. I went to York the other day and there was a woman that had got onto the train and couldn't get her bag into the bag jobby. And obviously me being like the mega weightlifter that I am, I helped her out with that. I just picked up her case, put it away and sat down. And she was like, oh, thanks very much. And everyone is just wandering past her because you know how busy everybody is and they haven't got time for life. Got home. Next thing I knew was on my Instagram, I had a little comment on one of my pictures saying, I follow you on Instagram and I saw you in York. And you were the person that helped me put my case on the train. She went, I just wanted to say thank you for being a nice person as well as having this social media presence. So you never know who you are going to actually meet from your social media. The bigger you get, the more likelihood that someone will know you. You'll start getting connections, and the realer that you are, the more that people will kind of flock to you. And the good thing that I think about social media, I know there's a lot of negativity about it, and there's a lot of body shaming going on, and it's quite intense. I definitely wouldn't want to be a teenager now, because yeah, as it was said earlier on, I did some stupid things. Plus I had some really bad hairstyles. I don't want to have to look at that. So it's kind of just making sure that you're giving across yourself, and then also reining that in a little bit, so that you're thinking, yeah, is this kind of safe for work? Would I want my mum seeing this? Would I want my dad seeing this? And if you're proud of that, and you're proud of who you are, then that'll come across to people. And if you're passionate about who you are, that'll come across to people. And I have, unfortunately, what is known as, I have evolved from the resting bee face to now have resting owl face, because I've decided that owls pretty much look a lot more annoyed than anything else. If you Google angry owls and you look at some of them pictures, this happens a lot. So I can just be wandering about and have this moody looking face on, but it's just because I'm somewhere else in my head. And this can be quite intimidating. So I'm still learning, and I'm learning that I do have to kind of remember that I have to smile at people, and that I'm not just staring at someone and giving them evil resting owl face. I am genuinely in my own head. I'm not even looking at you, I'm looking past you and thinking, but I've got to kind of reconnect, because yeah, most of my things are on social media. So you might meet those people in real life, and you are going to have a real impact on their life, because I have got a lot of followers, and because I get a lot of comments. Just that one person seeing you for that one time of that day, that might have made their day. Or you might have inspired them to do something, to try something else. Like people, one of the main things that I get, other than the fact that people generally tell me that I'm a lot shorter than I look on the internet, is a lot of people go, oh, I wish I had the confidence to have my hair the colour that you've got your hair. It's just hair. If it's shaved off, it'd grow back, it's just hair. And for me, it's a realisation that that's a big thing for some people. And even if it's just changing the colour of your hair to how you want it to be, I can't say anything other than just be yourself. And with social media, you will find other people that are like you. Not everyone will like you, and that is fine. Not everyone will like you. I don't like everybody. I wouldn't expect everyone to like me. That's my main message, is just don't try and please everyone else. You please yourself, you make yourself happy, and then other people, the people who are like you, will gravitate towards you, because you're being real, and there is nothing cooler than just being yourself. And that's it. That's all I've got to say.